when it breaks, it is no longer a whole piece of chalk. This part becomes a fraction, and another also becomes a fraction, meaning a fraction is part of a whole. A fraction is part of a whole. We have got various examples of fractions. One, we have a half. This a half is got after dividing an object into two equal parts. You might divide a piece of paper, you might divide an orange, you might divide a chapati, but you have to make sure the two pieces you come up with, they are of the same size. Then one of the two parts is called a half. Then you also have this second example fraction, a third. A third is got after dividing an object into three equal parts. And one part out of the three parts is what we call a third. Then the third one we have got a quarter. This a quarter is got after dividing an object into four equal parts. As I have done it earlier here, we have divided this piece of paper into four equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then one part of the four parts is the one we call a quarter. Then last year we have got a mixed number. A mixed number is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. A combination of a whole number and a proper fraction is what we call a mixed number. When you look at these first three fractions, when you look at them, they consist of two numbers mainly, the upper number and the lower number. Meaning that a fraction mainly consists of two parts, the upper one and the lower one. The upper number, for example, here we have 2/5, is called a numerator, and the lower number is called a denominator. The upper number of a fraction is called a numerator, and the lower number of a fraction is called a denominator. This lower number represents the number of parts the diagram has been divided. For example, here we have drawn our figure representing the fraction 2/5. The figure we have drawn it here, and we have divided our figure into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5. We have divided 5 parts. Why? Our fraction, the lower number, is 5. And we have said that the lower number represents the number of parts the diagram should be divided. And the upper number, the numerator, is representing the parts we have shaded. Here is our next diagram. We are going to draw and represent a quarter on the diagram. We draw the diagram and we divide it into 4 equal parts. You have to make sure that the 4 parts are of the same size. So you should be careful while drawing, such that you draw parts of the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then out of the 4, we shade 1 part. This is how it is drawn. You draw 4 parts and you shade 1 part. This is how it is drawn. Then when you are writing, getting figures, we write 1 part, standing for the one we have shaded out of 4. The 4 representing the total number of parts. Thank you so much for viewing. God bless you.